been driving Lyft a long time?
Yeah, a little bit. A little over a year and a half.
That's what's up. I know I'm iffy on Lyft. I usually use Uber because the last time I used a Lyft driver, he left me at the store and he took my food.
He what?
He took my food. Yeah, that shit was crazy.
You should have reported that guy.
I did, but it didn't do nothing. I mean, he still got away with my meal. Because, you know, I'm a server. So I had like a free training meal. And it was one of my favorite meals at the time. We still got it on the menu, but at the time it had just came out. And I had like 2 pops in there. Man, I was about to get home. I was only stopping at the store to get my boyfriend something to eat my boyfriend at the time because he don't like what I like to eat. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a nice girlfriend. Get him something to eat. I was only inside for 5 minutes exactly, and the dude literally took off, like, put all my shit in the car. I had a creme brulee in there. Everything. I was so sad.
I would have been angry at that sad stuff.
I was both, but
Scream at them like...
I'm an angry crier, so I started crying.
Angry, jerky. He knew exactly what you were doing.
And I even asked him, did he want anything too? Because if I go to the store, like I try to at least get something for them because I know they gotta wait, or you know, for you guys, I guess.
No, I'll just take yours.
It basically.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. It was right before my birthday too, but I got a really nice Lyft driver lady, and she ended up giving me $10. I was like, she was an Uber driver, and I was like, that's nice.
Yeah. That was a shift start, 3:30, 4?
3:15.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Happy hour don't start till 3:30. That's usually when everybody started rolling in. So I ain't really tripping too much. But
Seems like a nice place to work.
it's pretty nice actually. The people are cool. From like my coworkers to my managers to the customers. Everybody's pretty chill. I've been there for a while.
Well, that helps.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking about doing something different this year. I mean, I'll probably still work there, but like I'm ready to start my own stuff, you know? Do my own thing. Starting with getting me a new car, because I think I might do like Lyft or Uber after I get me a new car. All my Uber drivers and Lyft drivers, besides that one, have been hella cool.
South toward Kansas City, then take a slight right.
Probably didn't notice that, but it was close to something with a city bus and a car back there just a minute ago.
What was it?
The bus driver slammed on his brakes. The car was coming. It would have been the bus driver's fault. The other guy's driving down the road, minding his own business, and he pulls out in front of him.
Gotcha.
That doesn't work.
These bus drivers, and sometimes like the semi-truck people, they be hella entitled to the road.
Oh yeah. I had a lady this last summer I took to physical therapy, and she was in a court case, and she was on a city bus, and the bus driver at the last second decided that she was going to run the yellow light, and she did that, and then she had to slam on the brakes, and when she did, she threw people all over the place.
Oh yeah.
And so this lady, she broke her ankle or some crazy thing like that.
Oh.
She was all over, bouncing those people around inside the bus.
I know that was a big ass
Take the
loss.
ramp on the right for I-35 south toward Kansas City. Then take a slight right.
Very bad judgment call. You're driving a dang bus, you know.
Take
I
a slight
know.
right. Then merge left on I-35
Lots
south.
of people at your responsibility.
In 750 feet, merge left
It's just
on
crazy how
I-35
one
south.
small split-second decision like that can literally just impact your life for so long and other people's and everything.
Oh yeah.
I got into my first car accident the year before last, 2022.
In 5 miles, keep left on US 71 south toward
And
Joplin. I-70 east.
that shit was just
US
crazy.
40 east.
It was just like real eye-opening, you know. Now I'm more of a cautious driver whenever I do drive. But it was just like, wow. Did the lady end up winning? Oh, of course she probably won the case because it's probably like one of those class actions.
She had the guy that on the billboards all over the place. These people better call
Saul or
I've
whatever.
got this, Mike, I've got this, or whatever his name is.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that personal injury attorney, that's what he does. Yeah, he said this is open and shut. The city's responsible. As is she.
Yeah.
The city's going to be paying and she'll
Just get fired or something.
well, I don't know, maybe she's been transferred to the janitorial staff or something.
Yeah. But you know how it is when you cost people money. They get to tripping. So.
Oh yeah, and they got injured too. Look at the back of that.
Is this just like your side hustle or do you do something else?
I'm a real estate investor.
Ooh,
So,
that's fun. I've been thinking about getting into real estate too. So would you just like invest in properties or like do you invest in like the people, the companies? How does that work?
I buy properties.
And fix them?
I've been an agent and broker. Did that for 12 years. So after we get done here, it's a very good possibility I'll be on the computer again. Checking my mail.
So do you like own any properties that I would know of?
No.
No.
Oh,
No.
my name's Donald Trump.
That's pretty cool. Do you have to be like a real estate agent and a broker before you can be a property person or no?
No, but you got to have knowledge to know what to do. You got to look. There's a lot of different things.
Gotcha.
Depends on what you're looking to do. There's education for all that stuff. All you gotta do is dig it up and then implement it. Put it all to work. Lots of time and lots of money tied up in such things. And this gives me the flexibility and the time and gets me out looking at the world, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. And you never know who you can meet.
That's right.
No, I like to take a little bit of knowledge from all of my rides that I go on. Because I've been meeting some interesting people.
Well, that's right.
And me being wanting to do real estate for a while and meeting you, I take that as a sign. So I'm going to look deeper into that. Because I know a few real estate agents.
Yeah. Well, they represent other people.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to be licensed in the state that they're working in. So here we have a lot of folks might be licensed in both states.
Mm-hmm.
There's one
I know that's right.
Mom keeps them in line anyway.
How old is your youngest?
Of what?
Your kids?
Keep
My
left on
boys?
US 71
Yeah.
south toward
They're all in their
Joplin.
40s.
I-70 east.
Damn.
US 40
I
east.
know.
You just
Yeah.
don't look that old, if
Well,
that
you're
makes
on the
sense.
Christmas card list already. Yeah. I can see that for sure.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought you was gonna say like my age or something. You look young as shit.
Thank you.
You welcome. Okay,
Yeah,
Brucey
Take
Bruce.
care of it. Take care of myself.
That's what's up.
In half a mile, keep right on US 71 south.
So you're in 20s.
Yes, I'm 23.
Oh, yeah.
I know, right? This shit's crazy.
Well, that's a good age. You know, in 20 years, if you had had your 20 years later of experience and smarts that you don't have at 23, you'd be dynamite.
That's true.
Now you're gonna have to work on your skills, talents, abilities, and and your great looks. There you go.
That's exactly what I'm doing right now.
I know it.
Literally.
I know. I wasn't born yesterday.
Right? It makes me think I was.
In 3.7 miles, take the exit toward
So what do you
US
think your
47
best
west.
lesson
Emmanuel Cleaver to
that you
Boulevard.
learned so
Slope
far in
Parkway.
life is? Or maybe like your best one or two?
Oh, this is a hard one for a lot of people. When somebody asks you a question or is talking to you,
Mm-hmm.
don't interrupt. The other thing is, and you see this in your work with the public, the kind of stuff you're doing, is they don't care
Drop-off will be on the right.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
That means I'm getting better. I've been praying on it.
Okay, there you go. When you decide to make that move and get into real estate as an agent, get yourself on a team.
Okay.
And you'll be second in command. You'll have to give them part of your commission and all that other stuff. And that's your learning.
Got you.
Otherwise, you don't have anybody to take you under their wing and show you what the ropes are. And you need to know that. And more it's going to women anyway. I believe that, as far as all this kind of stuff goes. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to guys on the phone. And this is absolutely hilarious if you think about it. It's like, yeah. And I'm talking about they're going to sell their house, and I'm a listing agent. I'm going to list a property, get it sold. They need to go somewhere, and I know what I'm doing, and I have all this knowledge and background and a track record of sales and all that kind of stuff. Of closings is what I'm talking about. And he goes, sure. And so I need your wife to be there. Oh yeah, she'll be there. She does whatever I say. Okay, you heard that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I get to their house, introduce the wife and everything like that.
In a mile,
And,
the drop-off will be on the right.
Almost immediately, it's like, well, honey, what do you want to do? It's like, yeah, because he's not stupid. He knows that if she doesn't like the house that you might be going to be out by, and he likes it, but she doesn't like it, it's a done deal. It's not going to happen. And if she likes it, and it's too expensive for him, we can break down the cost of that. And so what we're saying here is the difference between what you wanted to spend and what this costs boils down to about 57 cents a day, stretched out. And she looks at him and he looks at her, and she thinks to herself, and it even says it, you cheapskate. You don't think I'm worth 57 cents a day to have that kitchen and that master bath? Tell me how that week is going to go for him.
Yeah, I already know. It's going to be an argument every time.
No, he'd be sleeping on the couch. You call me, Bruce, have you got an extra room in your house? No, you won't be doing that. But you know what I mean. Behind every great man, there's a powerful woman. And that's been the case forever. There's things skills that men have and skills that women have. I don't expect you to go be a gladiator, but somebody was pointing that gladiator in the right direction. Okay, I need to know where you are going, Mr. Truck. So, this was part of my stomping grounds. This is built in 1928. This is the first shopping center complex in the United States. They brought in the artisans from Spain, and I had a house up on the hill up here on Sunset Drive or something like that. And she said, yeah, after they built the house, the plaza, they did, and they worked and they built this house, and it had a Mediterranean look to it. And each house on that street was different. And each one of them, one is like a old Dutch type of thing, and they had another one was a French colonial, and whatever. And so here we are, and she's telling me all this, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, right, sure, okay. And I go into the looking through the house. She's telling me about the antiques and all kind of stuff that are in there, and they're real old, and tell me this whole story about the artisans and everything. And I go into the two-car garage. I'm looking in the garage. It's a two-car garage. The house is built in 1930. Nobody had a two-car garage, but she had one. I go in there, and here's this mural on the wall, all three walls of the Spanish countryside, and a guy pulling a donkey loaded down with wood. And I was like, he's on a firewood run, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I think what she's telling me is the truth. And then I was down here. We went to one of the art fairs that they have. And this is a good 12 years later. And my fiance and I are walking around, and we're coming back on one of these streets, getting back to the cars because we just can't take it anymore. It's like hot and stuff, and it's 10 o'clock at night, and we're like, okay, we've been out here for several hours, seen everything at least once, and we're leaving. And they have further on down here, they have the inlaid tiles and stuff like that with the artwork on it, like this kind of a thing. See all that?
Yeah.
All this stuff that makes it special for the plaza. And here was one. It was like a 2 foot by 2 foot tile that's in the wall. It was that same scene. I had to grab her and say, you gotta take a look at this, Natalia. Okay, right here.
A little bit further down.
Yeah. By the bike?
Yeah, I can get that by the bike. That's fine.
Okay.
Thank you, Bruce.
You bet.
Quick question. How old are you?
No, I can't tell you that.
It's a secret?
It's top secret information. It's like my son was in the Marines, said, if I told you what I did in the Marines, I'd have to kill you. And I said, I don't ever want to know that much.
My grandfather was in the Marines too.
There you go. Some of the best people.
It was definitely destined for me to meet you, and I appreciate you so much for sharing your knowledge with me.
Well, make sure you got the right guy.
You have a good day.
Take care, okay?
You too.
All right. You'll be charming. You got a real good grip of that.
Thank you. And you have a wonderful rest of your day, love. Make sure I got everything. Yes, I do. Absolutely. I almost left my last glue. Thank you. Oh, shit. Oh. He was really nice.